bacon.
Baby, we got WandaVision.
Hey everybody, it's Reverse BLT. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are continuing, I'm continuing my binge watch of WandaVision. I've now gotten up to the last episode's been released, which is at the time of recording, episode 5, on a very special episode, ... It's this riff, again, I've said this before, but I love how the show is riffing off of the history of television. And in the 80s, I'm going to assume we're getting into the 80s now, because the 80s were the heyday of TV sitcoms doing the very special episode, where they would usually tackle some sort of social issue, especially amongst young people, you know? So you'd have on a very special episode of Different Strokes, which was a very disturbing episode, actually, the one where they basically got molested by a bike store owner.
All right, now I want you boys to scream real loud at my ass.
Or a very special episode of Growing Pains, where... Oh, what happened in that episode? Was it someone got cancer or something? I forget what. But it was a very big thing back in the 80s. You had these sort of event television where sitcoms would have entire episodes dedicated to a big thing trending in the news or that people were worried about, and they would always advertise them by saying, on a very special episode of so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm looking forward to see how they riff on that. We got to see what happened in the return of some of the people who were snapped away by Thanos. And that was a great touch, because I didn't really think about the fact that there would be almost as much trauma, maybe even more trauma in a lot of cases, when people returned. I mean, it's been 5 years. Lots of people would have moved on. People, as in Monica's case, you have family members who died while you were away. And there's just so much emotional damage to deal with. And, of course, plays into what's going on with Wanda now, too, because there was no return for her. Vision didn't get snapped. Vision got killed, like straight up killed. And there's no, as we saw again with Monica and her mother, is that's a completely different thing. The unsnapping or blip or whatever you want, well, I guess they're calling the blip is what their word is for the snap. But the return, I'm just going to call it the return, doesn't help people whose loved ones were lost in a more conventional way. So, it's just pain all around. And I love how Darcy and Agent Wu have become complete fans of this unfolding sitcom that Wanda's creating with her mind. It's just hilarious to me. I don't know why I love that so much. And yeah, I'll say it right now. I ship them. I don't know why exactly. They just seem to have some interesting chemistry together. I like in a lot of real world couples, you have the whole. I mean, people say opposites attract. That's not entirely true. People who are total opposites tend not to get along at all. But like, there are certain aspects of character where being opposites kind of makes a stronger coupling in a weird sort of way, because you complement each other by filling in certain gaps. It only works for certain things, and I think the fact that he's a bit more of a dry kind of boring kind of personality, and she's a little more free-willing and sort of eccentric. I think that would work really well. So I'm actually kind of hoping that I don't know, I ship them.
I want them to get together.
Anyway, I'm already invested. I'm curious to see where this is going. I'm liking it on multiple levels. I'm liking the sitcom aspect. Like I said, just watching how they play with the different eras of sitcom television is just hilarious to me, and I love it. It's hitting all the nostalgia buttons in me in the right way, not just pandering, but actually touching on these things in a meaningful way for people who remember them. But also the sinister undertones, like seeing how Wanda has aspects of villainy in a way to herself, but she's still a hero. Like I said, she didn't kill Monica. but we don't know what happened with the guy that she saw as a bee man, you know, or beekeeper. We didn't see him get ejected the way Monica got ejected. So what did she do with him? Did she just unmake him? Did she cast him in a new role in the sitcom? We just haven't seen his character yet. What happened there? Who knows? And also, there's an interesting question that was brought up. You know, we see the broadcast being censored when something happens that threatens Wanda's sort of cozy mental state inside of this reality she's made. But we don't know whether she is doing that. I mean, that's the natural assumption, but it is theoretically possible that something else is doing that. Wanda's extremely powerful, but there are entities kicking around in the Marvel Universe for sure that could, especially if she's unaware of them doing it, could definitely hijack this for their own amusement. So I'm curious to see what exactly is happening there. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get into this episode.
Previously on WandaVision.
Captain Monica Rambeau.
Director Tyler Hayward.
Reminding us of that awkward exposition.
An extremely high level of CMBR.
Now, as I understood it, the cosmic microwave background radiation is evenly distributed throughout the universe. So I'm going to have to talk to some of my physicist friends and find out if it is possible for there to be more of it in an area than in another area, because I thought it was completely evenly distributed. I tell you, I marvel all the time, no pun intended, at just how successful this cinematic universe has been. Because when I was a kid, this is the type of stuff, loving this type of stuff made people make fun of you. You know? And it's just, I don't know. If I could travel back in time and tell myself that one day, these things that make you an outcast will be the things everyone loves. Oh my god. It literally was like an establishing shot from Silver Spoons.
Mommy wants to sleep.
Ah,
If you go
raising
to sleep,
children.
I promise you will be my favorite.
Come on now, darling. You know, we love them both equally.
Don't tell him that.
It's actually not possible for anyone to love two people exactly the same. That's your depressing thought of the day.
Have a dance, darling.
Their chemistry is so great. I believe them as a couple. I really do.
Would you mind grabbing their binkies?
Oh, of course not.
Binkies.
All round, I think.
Hey, baby's looking at the camera. Oh.
Go to sleep, my babies. And go to sleep. Well, I don't think it's very funny. Why won't you do what I want?
That's clever. So in the comics, Wanda's babies have powers of their own, and I think that was kind of hinting at that. The fact that she just couldn't just snap her fingers and have it work.
Biz, what are we doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong. This is how babies are.
Perhaps we all need more time to get to know one another.
Maybe. Or maybe we just need some help.
So the wacky neighbor. Oh, that 80s fashion. I love it. You know, this isn't 100% authentic, though. It's almost loud enough. And her hair is almost big enough, but not quite. For one thing, I'm going to tell you right now, those leg warmers should be bigger and crumplier. And credit for getting what looked like authentic period Reeboks, though.
Do you want me to take that again?
Oh, they're becoming aware of the fact that they're in a sitcom.
Should we just take it from the top?
So they've graduated from just being in the show to being actors in the show. Recognizing her, a way of revealing her spiraling out of control. That was fascinating. That's a really interesting way of showing that. Or maybe everyone's in on it. They're all,
Supposed to
but
have
no,
a
because
calming effect. Ralph sprays it on me every night. There's no taming this tiger.
So have they always known they were actors? Or, well, actors.
Hear what?
Absolutely nothing.
They finally fell asleep.
And?
Then where are the twins?
Yeah.
Daddy?
Oh, this is... This is gonna be very tragic.
Can't control them,
Yep, you can't control them.
no matter how hard you try.
I'm still trying to figure out how much of this is just little random moments of lucidity, or and how much is them knowing full well that they're in an artificial reality and they're trying to play along. I think it's a random moment of lucidity. Oh, okay. Which one was this? Was this Growing Pains that had this opening? Which one was it where the dad in the sitcom was like a cartoonist or something? And it always started with him painting a picture or illustrating. But that was a call. That was like a reference to Roseanne, I think, right there with the way she was walking around. Yeah, I think Growing Pains is mainly the one that they're pulling from here. I am loving this so much, guys. They even got the little electric guitar flourish in there. Oh my god, this is so great. Introducing Tommy. Let's see, which one? I'm trying to remember. What were the kids were? Magic and... oh crap, I can't remember what they became. When push comes to shove, we're making it up. Oh, this is so creative. I love this show.
There was this feeling keeping me down, this hopeless feeling.
It's like she was in the sunken place.
You can sit up now.
So they're doing, I guess a CAT scan.
So, am I cleared? Once I go to look at these.
Well, you can't say she's cleared once you go to look at it. She might be cleared once you go to look at it. I mean, you don't know what you're going to see.
Monica, I know. I'm a big fan.
We're gonna need to take these again. There's
Why is
something
she a
wrong
big
with the
fan?
machine.
Those are blank. Well, what about our labs?
I need another blood draw.
No.
Wait, are they blank
We're
too?
done here.
Quarantine, she can't just say we're done here. I'm assuming there are protocols to follow.
Quick history on our subject. Born in Sokovia in 1989 to Irina and Oleg Maximov.
Irina and Oleg, huh?
Earliest tracking had her using her powers against the Avengers, is that correct?
Right before she earned their trust and became one herself.
Lagos and Germany, we all know how that turned out.
So what's with this dude acting like an asshole all the time?
Try not to speak ill of people.
Then allow me. Hayward's a dick.
Terrorists. This morning I received authorization to share this highly sensitive material from Sword Headquarters. Until very recently, it was the top secret location of the Vision's corpse.
Okay. Well, that explains a few questions then. Oh, yeah, that would make her very upset. Seeing him disassembled like that would make her extremely upset.
9 days ago, Maximoff stormed our facility, stole the Vision's body, and resurrected him.
Wait, all of this has happened in less than 9 days?
Violation of Section 36B of the Sokovia Accords.
And the Vision's own living will.
He had a living will? I don't know why that surprises me so much. I didn't think that... I don't know. It's just weird to me that Vision had a living will.
She has the world's only vibranium synthezoid playing Father Knows Best in suburbia. What happens when he learns the truth?
Well, she's going out of her way to prevent that. I can't believe it's only been 9 days, though.
I think you extra water.
Oh no, did you guys just kill something?
I don't miss the crying, but geez, Louise, did you have to learn to walk? You two never stay put.
No, wait until they start manifesting the full breadth of their powers. You're really going to have some issues with them. Granted, you're more powerful than they are, but still. Aww.
Oh boy.
On a very special episode of WandaVision, the twins learn about personal responsibility.
He was outside, crying, alone.
Oh, that kid's pretty good.
Dogs need food, exercise, training, belly rubs, and cuddles. And
Oh,
kisses.
someone's already decided they're keeping it.
I had a hunch someone might pop over
Hi, kiddos.
with exactly the item we require.
Yeah, exactly.
Kitchen window told me someone got a new pooch. Did you name him yet?
Oh dear.
How about Sparky?
Well, should we make it official?
Wanda. You made no effort to conceal your abilities.
Well, I'm tired of hiding, Biz. And maybe you don't have to either.
Why aren't you telling me?
What happens when he does realize the truth? Does it stop working?
Really care for an animal until you're at least 10 years old.
Are they just gonna magically become 10 now, though, because you said that?
Wait, now hang on there a minute, you young whippersnappers.
I knew it. Yep, their powers. Woo's growing on me.
The twins aged up to 10.
Holy Christmas, at this rate, they'll be empty nesters by dinner time.
I know an aerospace engineer who'd be up for this challenge.
Yeah, I wonder who this is gonna be.
Nobody.
I can't guarantee the hex won't just mind wipe you as you go in.
Wait, what's the hex?
Oh, it's what I'm calling the anomaly because of its hexagonal shape.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that hex. Because Wanda's magical, when she would use her abilities in the comics, it was always called hexing. Oh, I can't believe I didn't think about that.
Have we identified these minors yet, or the newborns?
No, they're new.
Oh,
You're not.
Wanda's twins are hers.
Yeah.
Everything might look fake in the TV, but everything in there is real.
If all the sets and props and wardrobe were solid matter, that would mean she's wielding an insane amount of power.
Far exceeding anything she's displayed in the past.
She could have taken out Thanos on her own if he hadn't initiated a blitz. I mean, nobody else came close.
Well, I'd argue that Captain Marvel came close.
Her powers came from an Infinity Stone too, right?
We are not talking about her. We are talking about Wanda.
Captain Marvel's a touchy subject for her, apparently.
What was that you were saying about props and sets and
wardrobe?
Yeah, she came out in clothing. So Wanda is definitely creating physical matter. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's his power. She's incredibly powerful. It still exists.
Oh, man. Are we being mind controlled to see that right now?
Can I borrow this?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, that would cause problems in an active, like, military-controlled base. A bunch of gunshots, and no one seemed to hear it.
You had a bulletproof vest on when you went inside, didn't you?
Those pants are 87% Kevlar.
Interesting.
It's not an illusion. Wanda is rewriting reality.
Permanently?
But using
if she can change things
what
as
already
they go into
exists.
the hex.
Ah, you called it the hex.
What happens if we send something in that requires no change?
I mean, something that fits in with the period? It's interesting watching everything else evolve, too, with the times.
So you're telling me this is a typewriter, a Rolodex, and a calendar all in one?
Yeah, it's a computer.
What else can it do? Find me a wife?
Eventually,
Yeah, eventually.
What do you think, Norm? Should we surf the internet?
Cowabunga, dude.
Were people saying that yet? I'm trying to remember. Oh, wow. You youngins have no idea. You're so lucky. You never had to deal with any of that.
Authenticate. Dr. Darcy Lewis findings regarding Maximus. High levels of radiation present at perimeter.
How did you become aware? How did that get in there? Did they send that?
It's a joke. Can't you tell? None of it is real.
None of it is real. So another little moment.
Please help me. You have to stop her.
Stop who?
She's in my head. It hurts so much. Just make her stop. Just make her stop! Now tell me this. If I send an email, where would I put the stamp?
Oh my god. So back when that stuff first started being used, there were actually people who believed that they needed a stamp.
Nice, Sparky. Now spin.
That's a pretty well-trained dog. So I'm guessing the one sitting on the couch is Magic, because he's got the haircut that, well, something similar to the haircut that
Saturday. No, it's not. It's Monday.
This morning was Saturday.
Wanda probably could control them if she exerted enough control. But she'd have to go all out because they are pretty strong on their own.
Sometimes your dad and I aren't on the same page. But
Oh, it's an
that's
extra
just
very special
different.
episode.
Like the two of you might fight over toys, but he's always going to be your brother, and he's always going to be yours. Because family is forever.
Do you have a brother, Mom?
Uh-oh.
I do. he's far away from here, and that makes
I
me
see.
sad.
That's why he's not present. She doesn't understand the full extent of her power, so she basically still thinks she needs to have the person present physically. Oh no, she just did it.
Stay here.
Never mind. Looks like Wanda has taken another leap forward in how her powers work. Oh, never mind. But I was wondering to myself if maybe she finally realized that she could just warp reality completely and just bring Pietro back.
I just want to talk. That's it.
Uh-oh.
No joy.
Wait, my controls aren't working. Reconnect patch.
Disregard. Take the shot.
What? No, the drone isn't armed.
Take the shot.
What did you do?
That's a very stupid thing to do. Hey guys, learn from things like Ghostbusters and apparently this show too. When dealing with gods, don't piss them off. Don't try to kill a god if you're not one yourself. Dude, you're crossing a lot of lines of fire. Looks like Wanda's coming to deliver a message real quick. It's interesting that she's in her Avengers costume right now, though.
This will be your only warning.
Hey, her accent's back. That's clever. Because that actually does happen with people who have accents sometimes. They can control it when they're not mad.
You trusted me to help deliver your babies. On some level, Wanda, you know I am an ally. I want to help you.
How? What could you possibly have to offer me?
What do you want?
I have what I want. And no one will ever take it from me again.
Dude, you might be about to end. Wanda. Oh no. Wanda, if you do this... Jesus Christ. For a second I thought she was about to go full-blown villain. Even though she kinda is. Is she about to rewrite everything? Or does she just protect this one place? Yay, fake commercial!
And you're still using the
Hey, is it the same actress in each of the fake commercials?
You need Lagos brand paper towels.
Lagos
The most
as in
absorbent paper towel
Nigeria?
Husbands can use it too, you know.
That's exactly how
When you
those
make a
commercials
mess,
were.
You didn't mean to.
Oh, Lagos, that's where she blew up. That's where she blew up the guy, blew up the building when she was stopping Crossbones. When you make a mess you didn't mean to. Wow.
Don't worry, he's sure to turn up. Your mom won't let him get far.
Okay, so definitely some people are starting to understand the nature of reality. Or well, the reality they're in. Your mom won't let them get far.
Sparky!
No, that's just, Agnes doing. Oh.
I didn't want to come until I'd wrapped him up.
What happened to him?
Found him in my azalea bushes. Don't know how many leaves he ate.
Oh, azalea. Yeah, they're poison, the dogs.
Tommy, Billy, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but like I said, they have powers too. They might just...
Don't.
Yeah, they're just gonna bring him
age
back.
yourselves up. The urge to run from this feeling is powerful.
Honey, that's what you're doing.
It's too sad. You can fix anything, Mom. Fix it dead.
What?
They might, though. Yeah, so she's fully aware. Agnes is fully aware.
That there are rules in life. Okay? We can't
But you're
rush aging just because it's convenient.
you're breaking the rules.
And we can't reverse death,
You've-
no matter how sad it makes
But you did. You did it with Vision.
Some things are forever.
So Ralph doesn't exist. Ralph is her husband who died, I'm assuming. This really is a very special episode. It's got like the exact same sort of feel as one of those old episodes from the 80s. We're dealing with like difficult emotional issues.
You can't control me the way you do them.
I'm pretty sure she...
Can't I?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure she could, bro.
No, there's a family. Wanda, he has a family, and he can't reach them because you won't let him reach them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop lying to me!
Oh, they're gonna have a fight?
What is outside of Westview?
You don't want to know, I promise you.
You don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda.
You've never talked to me like this before.
Before what? Before what? I can't remember my life before Westview. I don't know who I am. I'm scared.
You are my husband. You're Tommy and Billy's father. Isn't that enough?
Wanda, why are there no other children in Westview?
Oh, there are. Just stop it.
Oh, no.
No, there aren't. It's for the children, but there are no children.
Tell me
Do
why.
you really think that I am controlling everything?
It's an interesting take on gaslighting.
I don't know how any of this started in the first place.
Oh, Wanda.
No.
What you're doing here, it's wrong. It is wrong.
I can believe that because in general, Wanda, when she does stuff like this, she isn't well, at least in the early days, she wasn't consciously aware of how she did it, or even that she did it. That's sad. It's always sad to see two people who are genuinely in love have real conflict. Is it Pietro?
Wanda, who is this?
Oh my god. Well, Wanda's powers have definitely reached something. Oh, that's interesting. Doing it with Evan Peters instead of. That's fascinating.
Long lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
That's fascinating.
She recast Pietro?
She recast Pietro. Oh, okay, so this is also playing with an 80s sitcom trope, guys. They would do this all the time, especially when the ratings would dip. They would either recast a character, or they would just bring on a completely new character. It usually indicated that the show was about to get canceled. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys. Oh, okay, I gotta see if, Right, nothing going after this. But, oh my goodness. So, that was, episode 5 of WandaVision on a very special episode, and holy shit, that was a very special episode. So, we get to see, basically, Wanda is slowly turning into a villain. Because of her grief and her inability to let go and be reasonable and move on like a fully adjusted adult, which makes sense because I mean she really isn't well adjusted. But that thing that happened at the end was a massive deal. It demonstrates that Wanda's abilities have grown far closer to what she can do in the comic books than I had thought this show was going to get into. She's basically full on warping reality at this point. And on a level that she's not understanding, which is fascinating also. And it raises some questions as to whether or not she's having some sort of dissociation, because when she came out of the field to confront the agent in charge, that Wanda seemed very, very well aware of what she was doing and all that sort of thing. But inside of Westfield, she doesn't seem 100% aware. It's like maybe she's created a separate personality in a way, to one that lives in the world and one that controls the world, which would be fascinating too, you know. And now we have Evan Peters from the Fox X-Men. So this is our first Fox X-Men. So I'm kind of, I'm surprised that they basically went this route and basically we now have our first X-Men in the combined, you know, MCU, and it's Evan Peters Quicksilver, who, by the way, is significantly faster than the Quicksilver we had in the MCU before. So I'm wondering if they're gonna keep him with the speed that he demonstrated in the X-Men movies under Fox, because that'd be interesting. And if he is, since he's that version, that implies that he's the mutant version of Quicksilver. And as we know, the mutant version of Quicksilver and, of course, Scarlet Witch originally were both the children of Magneto. And so I'm wondering if she's rewritten reality to be more consistent with that as well, without realizing it, of course. So definitely curious to see where that's going. I'm also curious as to what, so it looks like, I guess she wrapped the missile that was fired by the drone. I guess it was an old school Predator drone, because I'm pretty sure those did exist during the 80s. We used them in the first, was that Desert Storm in Iraq? I'm pretty sure that was in the 80s. Can't remember. Getting to the point where I've just lived through so many things that I can't always remember when they happened anymore. But I'm pretty sure we used Predator drones during that conflict. So that's probably what they sent in there and fired a missile at Wanda. But she was able to stop it, of course. So she basically, it looks like she's sealed off Westview so nobody can go in or out anymore at all, regardless of what they try to send in. And so I'm curious to see where this is going to go from now, because Vision is aware of what is going on, at least to some degree. He's aware that Wanda is on some level controlling what appears to be reality around them. And I think Wanda is genuinely a bit afraid right now, because I don't think she, at least the Wanda in Westview, doesn't seem to be fully aware of what's happening herself. So I don't know how much of that was an act and how much of that is genuine. If genuine, it's definitely got major implications for her mental state going forward, because it would mean she's gone full-blown dissociative. So she's got essentially multiple personalities going on right now. The one that lives in this perfect world, and the one that sort of just is micromanaging everything to make the perfect world happen. It's also interesting that we've got people who appear to be aware now. Most people aren't, but some people are. Like Agnes, looked like the postman is aware on some level of what Wanda can do and the fact that she's in control of everything. And so I'm curious to see how far that extends. And the biggest question I have going forward is, if this reality is unmade, if she lets go, what happens to the people she's made in the reality? Not people she, you know, sort of cast in roles who existed prior, but like Quicksilver, Vision. What happens to them when all of this gets unmade? And I'm really looking forward to finding out the answers for that.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I have a hunch that the entire MCU is going to be remade by Wanda. She's just going to rewrite reality completely. And that's how we're going to actually end up merging the Fox properties in with the MCU, and also sort of remixing things enough to make the new phases coming down the pipe more interesting. Because after all, with Doctor Strange's new movie, which apparently Kevin Feige said basically sort of is set up directly by this series, it's called The Multiverse of Madness. So I've definitely thinking some amazing things are about to happen in this show. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments, and if you like this reaction, click like, click subscribe, ring the bell so you'll know when I put up the next one. And also, again, like I said, you know, if you didn't like it, click dislike, but please leave a comment and let me know why. Anyway, I hope you guys come back and join me for the next reaction videos. whether it's this one, whether it's, you know, video, a reaction to episode 6, or a reaction to some other series or whatever. Just I look forward to having you guys back. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my reaction, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.